I used to lie about my age, not in a huge, dramatic way, but in small ways. A little laugh, a quick wave of the hand, a fast change of subject. Every birthday felt less like a party and more like a countdown to the end of my vitality. The mirror started to feel less like a friend and more like a critic, pointing out every new line, every little shift. I was terrified of getting older, but then something started to change. It wasn't a big lightning bolt moment, but more like a slow, quiet sunrise. In this video, I want to share the journey that completely changed how I experience aging. Unlocked a new chapter of joy I truly never saw coming. For years, I saw aging as a thief. I really believed it was coming to steal my youth, my energy, my relevance. I was trapped in a silent battle against time, and my only weapons were expensive creams and a growing sense of dread. This fear wasn't just my own, it's everywhere. It's in magazine headlines. It's in the promises of the billion-dollar anti-aging industry. And it's in the way society worships youth and often treats older people like they're becoming invisible. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us to fight, to resist, to reverse the one process that is completely and totally natural. This constant pressure creates a quiet, gnawing anxiety for so many of us, a feeling that we're somehow failing. If we show the signs of a life that's been fully lived, it can lead to a state of just being perpetually dissatisfied, always looking back, wishing we were a younger version of ourselves. And when we do that, we miss the beauty and the potential of where we are right now. I lived in that state for a long, long time. I was so focused on what I thought I was losing that I was completely blind to what I was gaining. I was grieving a version of myself that was already gone, instead of getting to know and learning to love the person I was becoming. My turning point wasn't some big event. It was more like a quiet revolution inside me, a series of small awakenings that slowly came together and created a huge shift in how I saw everything. It all started with a feeling of pure exhaustion. I was just so tired of fighting, tired of the fear, tired of that low-grade anxiety that buzzed under my skin with every glance in a mirror. Every birthday that came around, the energy I was spending trying to hold back time was enormous. And for what? Time, I was starting to realize, is undefeated. I remember one afternoon, I was looking at old photographs. There I was in my 20s, full of this fiery energy, and for a second, that familiar pang of nostalgia hit me. I missed her. I missed her smooth skin, her unshakable belief that the world was hers for the taking, and she had all the time in the world. But then, as I kept looking, I saw something else. I saw her insecurities, her anxieties, the way she was constantly looking for someone else to tell her she was okay. I remembered the heartbreaks, the career mistakes, the friendships that fell apart. I remembered how much she worried about what other people thought, how desperately she wanted to fit in, to be seen as successful, as beautiful, as enough. And in that moment, a new thought, quiet but crystal clear, popped into my head. I wouldn't want to be her again. As much as I missed parts of her youth, I did not miss the emotional roller coaster. The person I am now, the one with lines around her eyes from laughing and a few silver hairs from years of experience. She's calmer. She's more sure of herself. She doesn't need the world's approval in that same desperate way. She has survived every single one of her worst days. She has learned from her mistakes. She has built a depth and a resilience my 20-something self couldn't have even imagined. This was the first crack in the dam of my fear. I started to see my life not as a decline from some youthful peak, but as a continuous journey of accumulation. I was accumulating wisdom, experience, self-awareness, and a quiet confidence that felt worth more than any youthful glow. I started to understand what some people call conscious aging, the idea of accepting aging as natural and making choices that feel authentic to you, instead of buying into a cultural myth of what a certain age should look like. It's not about giving up, it's about changing the goal. The goal is no longer to look young, but to feel vibrant. The goal is no longer to fight aging, but to age with intention, purpose, and grace. I started to get curious. What if aging wasn't a curse, but a gift? What if the best years of my life weren't behind me, but were waiting for me in this new, uncharted territory? This curiosity led me down a path of discovery, reading books, listening to talks, and most importantly, looking at the older people in my life with brand new eyes. I saw the grace in my grandmother's hands, the wisdom in a mentor's stories, the free, uninhibited laughter of a group of older women having lunch. They weren't fading away. They were vibrantly alive, embodying a richness that only time can create. That's when I made a conscious choice. I was done fighting. I was ready to dance with time. I decided to stop putting my energy into anti-aging and start investing it in what I call pro-aging. This wasn't about letting myself go. It was about letting myself grow. It was about nurturing my body, mind, and spirit so that I could live this next chapter with as much health, joy, and vitality as possible. It was the beginning of mastering the art of aging gracefully, and it changed everything. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a daily choice to see things differently. I realized that mastering the art of aging gracefully is less about what you do and more about how you think. It's an inside job. I want to share the 3 most powerful mindset shifts that became the cornerstones of my new relationship with aging. Mindset shift 1, from loss to liberation, the practice of radical self-acceptance. For so long, I looked at aging through a lens of loss. Loss of youth, loss of beauty, loss of potential. The first, and maybe the most important shift, was to reframe this as liberation. I started practicing what I call radical self-acceptance. This isn't about resigning yourself to getting older. It's about making peace with reality and, even more, learning to appreciate it. Self-acceptance means you stop comparing your current self to past versions of you. You honor the person you were, but you don't cling to her. You accept that your body is changing, and you decide to treat it with kindness for everything it's done for you. Think about it. This body has carried you through every single moment of your life. It deserves respect, not constant criticism. Practicing this can be a daily exercise. It can be as simple as looking in the mirror and, instead of focusing on a wrinkle, finding something to be grateful for. These eyes have seen so many beautiful things. This smile has shared joy with people I love. It's about shifting your focus from perceived flaws to appreciated strengths. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes is also a huge part of this. Letting go of that baggage lets you be fully present now. Research backs this up profoundly. Studies have found that self-acceptance is a key predictor of longevity. One 20-year study showed that high self-acceptance was linked to a 19% lower mortality risk. When you practice self-acceptance, you lower the chronic stress that comes from fighting with yourself, which has real benefits for your physical health. You're liberated from the tyranny of shoulds, and you're free to just be. Mindset shift 2, from fear to fuel, the power of a positive perspective. The fear of aging is a heavy burden. It casts a shadow over the future and steals joy from the present. The second big shift is to turn that fear into fuel by actively cultivating a positive mindset about aging. This isn't about ignoring the real challenges that can come with getting older. It's about consciously choosing to focus on the good parts, and science shows this choice has incredible power. Dr. Becca Levy at Yale did groundbreaking research showing that people with a positive view of aging live, on average, 7.5 years longer than those with negative views. That's a bigger longevity boost than you get from quitting smoking. Another study found that people most satisfied with aging had a 43% lower risk of dying from any cause over a 4-year period. A positive mindset is also linked to a lower risk for conditions like heart disease, stroke, and dementia. It's not just a nice thought. It's a powerful factor in your health and how long you live. So how do we do this? It starts with challenging the negative stereotypes we've all internalized. When you hear that voice in your head saying that getting older means becoming frail or irrelevant, consciously reject it. Instead, actively look for positive examples of aging. Create a mental portfolio of vibrant, engaged, joyful older people. This makes positive aging feel more real and possible. Another powerful tool is gratitude. When I started to feel overwhelmed by the signs of aging, I began a daily gratitude practice. Every morning, I think of 3 things I was grateful for that I have now, that I didn't have when I was younger. The depth of my relationships, the confidence from experience, the ability to not sweat the small stuff. This simple act rewires your brain to focus on abundance, not scarcity. You start to see wrinkles not as flaws, but as maps of a life lived, filled with stories of laughter and lessons learned. This positive outlook becomes fuel, motivating you to live healthier and build a resilience that helps you navigate any challenge with grace. Mindset shift 3, from isolation to connection, cultivating your social garden. As we get older, life changes like retirement, kids leaving home, or losing loved ones can sometimes lead to social isolation. The third critical mindset shift is to proactively move from a risk of isolation to a practice of deep connection. Think of your social life as a garden. It needs constant tending, nurturing, and sometimes you need to plant new seeds for it to thrive. The science on this is undeniable. Strong social connections are one of the most powerful predictors of a long, healthy life. Social isolation, on the other hand, is a serious public health risk, increasing the likelihood of premature death by an amount that may be similar to smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. People with strong social ties have a lower risk of dementia, heart disease, anxiety, and depression. Connection isn't a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Cultivating your social garden means prioritizing meaningful relationships. It's about quality, not just quantity. It means scheduling regular time with friends and family who lift you up. It means being brave and making new friends. Join a club, take a class, volunteer for a cause you care about. These are all fertile ground for new connections. Volunteering, especially, is a powerful way to find a new sense of purpose while meeting people who share your values. One of the richest practices I've found is building intergenerational friendships. Spending time with people both younger and older than you expands your perspective in beautiful ways. You can mentor someone younger, sharing your wisdom, and you can learn from the fresh energy of a younger generation. These connections keep you engaged and feeling relevant. Don't underestimate the power of small, daily interactions, either chatting with the barista, knowing your neighbors, talking to people at the dog park. Be intentional. Don't wait for connection to happen to you. Actively seek it out. Nurture it. Your social garden will, in turn, nourish your mind, body, and soul. Adopting these mindset shifts is the foundation. But the real magic happens when you start living this new philosophy in your daily actions. This is where the mind-body connection becomes so powerful. When you treat your body not as an enemy to be controlled, but as a cherished partner, your entire approach to wellness transforms. It becomes an act of self-care, not punishment. Let's talk about 3 key practices to physically embody the art of aging gracefully. Practice 1, nourishing your body with intention. For years, my relationship with food was about control. It was about calories and scales, all driven by the desire to stay a certain size. The pro-aging approach to nutrition is totally different. It's not a diet. It's a way of nourishing your body with intention, giving it the fuel it needs to be healthy, energetic, and resilient. A balanced, nutrient-dense diet is recognized as one of the most important factors in aging well. This means focusing on whole foods. Think of a plate bursting with vibrant colors, leafy greens, bright berries, deep orange sweet potatoes. These foods are packed with antioxidants and polyphenol, which are like your body's personal defense squad against oxidative stress, a major contributor to the aging process. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes is consistently linked to healthier aging. Healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, and olive oil are crucial for brain health and keeping your skin supple. And lean proteins are the building blocks for maintaining muscle mass, which is vital for strength as we get older. It's also about what you limit. Things like excessive sugar and refined carbs can damage the collagen in your skin and contribute to chronic inflammation. But think of this as a conscious choice, not a deprivation. Ask yourself, am I choosing to fuel my body with life-giving nutrients or something that will deplete it? That simple question can reframe your choices from a place of love for your body. And don't forget hydration. Water is essential for everything, from flushing out toxins to keeping your skin plump. Carrying a water bottle is a simple but profound act of self-care. When you eat to nourish, to fuel, and to honor your body, your relationship with food becomes one of joy, not guilt. Practice 2. Moving for joy, not punishment. Just like with food, my relationship with exercise was often about punishment. It was a way to burn calories and fight against my body's natural changes. The pro-aging philosophy invites you to reframe movement as a celebration of what your body can do. The goal isn't to get some idealized physique, but to feel strong, balanced, and energetic in the body you have right now. Regular physical activity is a powerhouse for healthy aging. It supports your heart, strengthens muscles and bones, improves balance, boosts your mood, and melts away stress. But the benefits for your vitality are even more exciting. Exercise actually works at a cellular level to slow down the aging process. Here's how. Movement enhances blood circulation, which delivers more oxygen and nutrients to your skin cells. This process helps your body produce collagen, the protein that keeps skin firm and elastic. Recent research has shown that different types of exercise have unique benefits. Aerobic exercise, like a brisk walk or a swim, is fantastic for boosting circulation. Resistance training, or light weightlifting, is not only crucial for muscle and bone density, but new studies show it can actually increase the thickness of the dermis, the second layer of your skin, making it more resilient. The most important thing is to find movement you genuinely enjoy. If you hate running, don't run. Maybe you love to dance or hike or practice gentle yoga. When you move for joy, it stops being a chore and becomes a cherished part of your day. Every walk, every stretch, every dance is a deposit into your health span, not just your lifespan. You're moving because you love your body, not because you hate it. Practice 3. The ritual of skincare as self-respect. The anti-aging industry often frames skincare as a war, fighting wrinkles, erasing spots, combating time. A pro-aging approach transforms skincare from a battle into a ritual of self-respect. But because your skin is a vital part of your health and deserves love. The two most important parts of this practice are protection and hydration. Sun exposure is the #1 driver of external skin aging. Wearing a broad-spectrum sunscreen every single day, rain or shine, is the single most effective thing you can do for your skin's health. It's not about vanity, it's about health. The second key is hydration, inside and out. We already talked about drinking water, but using a good moisturizer is also essential. As we age, our skin naturally gets drier, so giving it that external moisture helps maintain its protective barrier, keeping it comfortable and healthy. Beyond that, your skincare ritual can be a beautiful moment of mindfulness. The act of gently cleansing your face at night isn't just about removing makeup. It's about washing away the day's stress. Massaging in a serum is a moment to connect with yourself in a kind, loving way. It all works together. Skincare isn't a magic bullet. It's one part of a holistic approach to your well-being. When you reframe skincare as a health practice, you let go of the pressure for perfection. You're not trying to erase the map of your life from your face. You're simply taking beautiful care of the skin you're in. So what does life look like on the other side of this shift? What does it actually feel like to embrace aging? I can tell you in one word: freedom. It's a deep, expansive, and incredibly joyful kind of freedom. The first thing to go was the constant, low-level anxiety. I didn't even realize how much energy I was wasting worrying about getting older until I stopped. It was like background static I'd gotten so used to, I didn't notice it until it was gone. The silence left behind was just peace. I don't dread my birthdays anymore. I celebrate them with real gratitude for another year of life and learning. I can look in the mirror and see the person looking back with acceptance, even affection. I see the stories in my face, and I'm proud of them. This acceptance has unlocked a new level of presence in my life. When you're not mourning the past or fearing the future, you are free to live in the present moment. The taste of a perfect peach, the warmth of the sun, the sound of a friend's laughter. These simple pleasures feel so much richer when your mind isn't cluttered with worry. Research on emotional aging suggests this is common. Many older adults report more stable emotional well-being, a greater capacity for just accepting things as they are, a phenomenon some call the positivity effect. Embracing aging has also unleashed a surprising surge of creativity. When you stop believing your best years are behind you, you open yourself up to the idea that you can still learn, grow, and try new things. I started painting, something I'd always told myself I wasn't good enough to do. I joined a hiking club. I started mentoring a young woman in my field and found so much purpose in it. You realize you can be a beginner at any age. My relationships have deepened too. When you approach others from a place of self-acceptance, you become more accepting of them. My friendships feel more authentic. My conversations more meaningful. I'm less interested in impressing people and more interested in truly connecting with them. Perhaps the most unexpected joy has been discovering a deeper, more resilient sense of self. I know who I am now in a way I never did in my youth. I weathered storms and come out stronger. I trust my own judgment. I'm not afraid to use my voice. There's a quiet power that comes from a life lived, a wisdom that can't be taught, only earned. This isn't the absence of vitality. It's a different kind of vitality. It's a steady, glowing ember, not a fleeting spark. It's the realization that aging isn't about fading away. It's about becoming more fully, more authentically, and more powerfully yourself. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell icon for the daily updates. Please do like, subscribe, and share with your friends.